hopefully we're live now. Let's see. Let us see if we are. If we're live, let me see. Yes, I think we are. Yes, I think we are. Cool. Let's have a look then. One thing, give me one sec guys and then I'm with you. Give me 1 second. I don't know if anyone's in here yet. Cool. One thing I need to work out is how I'm going to monitor my. If I have Streamlabs open, does that show you all my Streamlabs? Is something else I need to check? Alright, my Streamlabs open now so I can see what's going on. Sorry guys, it's just a bit of a test stream, so I've not actually been live before, obviously. How are we anyway? Who's in there? Anyone? How are we anyway? Who's in there? Anyone? Any thoughts on the BIS article? Afternoon. Mark, what's the audio like, guys? Can you just let me know what the audio is like? That's my first port of call because it's the first time I've ever been live. Any news on the BIS article? I haven't seen it, Andrew. Is that I've just posted a TikTok earlier about Jerome Powell's speech on like CBDCs, but I haven't actually seen the article. I don't think, unless I'm missing something. Mark Powell, how are we doing? How is everybody? Reverb now and then. Yeah, I think that was from my phone. So let's just see if that's stopped now, because I haven't set it up. I have not set this up very well yet, so I'm just trying to work out what the best way is for me to like interact with the chat. I need to set up dual screens really, but I haven't done it yet, so I'm just playing around a little bit with my live station. But I wanted to make, let's move the keyboard out of the way. I wanted to make it. Sorry, it's going to be loud. I wanted to make it so if something exciting's happening, then we can like live stream, have a little look at TradingView live together. You'll ping me the article, cheers. So we're having a bit of a retracement at the minute, but we want ETH and to be holding this level here. Let's see what happens. I've been trading the volatility on 8 point a little bit the last few days, and I literally thought about shorting it this morning to hit 12.7, 12.8, because on the 4 hourly and the hourly, like they double up. Great. So why is that not bringing up my moving averages? I think my PC is just struggling because I'm streaming at the same time. Don't need no holy water. Let's see what is going on. So is the audio alright now? Can you just let me know that first, bro, please? Eggman Money Talk. I don't know what that is, bro. I literally don't know what Eggman Money Talk is. Audio is good, clear. Okay, cool, that's good. Because I've got my mic on setup. This is just more of a test stream, guys, to be honest. We'll have a look through the BIS article now, Andrew, if you message it to me. Have you sent it to me? If I close this, does that close it for you? Let's have a look. I've never heard of Eggman Money Talk channel, bro, sorry. No, I've never heard of it. Right, let's get on with this then. Let's have a look at some stuff. If you sent it me, Andrew, if you sent it me on Telegram or something, bro, I'll just open it up now. I think I can open my apps and it's still not affect my background, which is cool. Unless that does. Oh, you sent it to me, awesome. Oh, this. Yeah. I've read that, bro. That's not a BIS article though. It's not a BIS article, it's a blooming You Today article, and they're writing about something and they're not even representing it in a way at all. It's absolute catwash, bro, this article is. They're talking about R3 Corda a little bit, but and they're saying that it's an XRP competitor. R3 Corda are a settler and they own 1 billion XRP. There's also loads in that. I'll tell you who does a really good breakdown of this article is Zach Rector. I watched it yesterday. But yeah, it's just catwash, bro. It's just a load of crap. I'll show you which one I'm talking about as well. Which Zach Rector video? Because I watched it last night and I thought it was a great. Yeah, he's nice. Like, he's right there. Which one was it? That one. This is the video that explains it well. So if you want to go check that out, Ripple under siege, central banks deal with XRP. That's the one that I'd watch, Andrew. It saves me having to talk about it the same way because he's already summed it up pretty nicely. I can link you that if you want, but it's just on his channel there. But yeah, let's have a look at some charts as well. We'll have a look at for a little bit. See, all these charts are looking nice to me at the minute, honestly. Like, that's just lost that, so that's not looking as nice. But if we get that wick and this next hourly pushed us back up here, that's what I'll be looking at. I'll be looking at this hourly to take us back up with this zone. We're waiting for XRP, to be honest. We want to have that daily close. This is on the daily now, so we want that daily close to be back up with that 200-day moving average. Look at this. It's struggled below it for a few days, and it has rejected it in the past. Look, boom. When it does reject it, it does have quite a big pushback. Like when it rejected it there, we had like a 14% retrace, and when we rejected it here, we retraced all the way down there. Look, last time we retraced that, so just go from like the daily candle close, which is there, all the way, like if we go for daily candle close, all the way down 40% or 45%. But I think we're going to break through it this time. I just feel like we will. We've been hovering below it. Obviously, we've got diminishing resistance. We need diminishing volume. We need some kind of like spark or catalyst to push us through. But that could come from Bitcoin. That could come from anything, to be honest. Some positive news in the lawsuit would probably take us up there. If we get something positive happening on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's chart's looking kind of nice. Like, we've used the 50-day support a few times. We are still range bound between like this range here. Like, obviously these previous like support and then turned into resistance now, between 45,700 and 33,018. We've been in that range for quite a while. Let's have a look. We've been in here for 79 days. So we need a daily candle close above this, above like 45,900. That'll bring us above the 200, but also above the previous swing highs. And then we can start looking a little bit more bullish. Obviously, we've got a lot of resistance to clear. The next level above that I'd be looking at is like 52,800 because it acted as resistance here and resistance here, which doubled it with a 50 and then took us down. So, like, we are knocking on the door, guys, is what I'm saying. Doge has started to push a little bit as well. We've got some extra volume coming in for Doge, so, and that has pushed above the 50. It's just like we need a few continuation green days to take us up to the next sort of level. That's what I'm looking for at the minute, personally. Obviously, XRP is where my majority holding, or what all my holdings are really at the minute. I've got a leverage trade on ETH and a leverage trade on XRP at the minute, both long, but I don't want to be too overexposed in long positions, because obviously with the macro environment, anything could happen at any time. So that could really push us down if we do get some macro news. So that's something you've always got to be careful with, especially in a volatile asset class like crypto. But yeah, I've got 2 leverage longs open on one on XRP, with my main hold, or 99% of my holdings being in XRP, and then I think I've got I've got a leverage long on it, like a $2,000 long, just on like a 5x. But I opened that. I'll show you where I opened it on XRP, on the hourly, and I'll tell you why. I opened it here. This is like Monday. I think it was a Monday anyway. It's Monday the 14th. Is that right? Yeah, it was Monday. So it was the Monday before the FOMC meeting. The FOMC meeting was on the Wednesday. I think the market has priced in like 6.25% interest rate hikes, or 25 basis point hikes. I thought that it was likely. I said on my live stream on TikTok that I thought there's a 25% chance we had a I thought there was a 60% chance we had a 25.25 interest rate hike. I thought there was a 20% chance that we had a 0% interest rate hike, and a 20% chance that we had a 0.5% interest rate hike. So on that basis, if we've already priced in 6.25s and the market was expecting a 0.25, and there was a chance we could get lower than that, then the uncertainty is always the thing that keeps the volatility and makes the market like go up and down and chop before an event like that. Sometimes, obviously, if it's a positive event, you get it priced in before, so you have a push before. But if it's a potential negative event, then you often have a more negative price priced into the market. So I thought, on that basis, there's an 80% chance that the market reacts positively to whatever news we get from the Fed. So I did put the trade in quite early, and I put it on a 5x so I could deal with that volatility when you had about a 10% swing on the way towards it. And I just thought, if I can hold that volatility, the reason I put the trade in on the Monday is because if we start to get towards it and we get like a lot of hype, and then we do have a 0% hike, then it will rip and I'll miss my chance to put that trade in. So if I can hold that volatility with my long, then I should be fine. So that's what I thought, and it's paying off at the minute. I do think we will continue to push from here. That's just my personal opinion, of course. And so I'm up whatever percentage we are there. I know how much it is in dollars, but I think it's like I said, I've got a $2,000 long on it. I think I'm about $800 up at the minute on it, but just gonna let that run. To be completely honest with you, and then I put an ETH long on last night, just with a few $100, like 200 I think. But that's just more of a short-term play, because what we did yesterday is actually had that daily candle close above the $3,000 mark, which is the first time we've had that for a little while. So we had that at $3,037, which I think is pretty bullish for ETH. Obviously today we've come back and back tested this level here, which I've had drawn in for probably a long time. Look, we've used it as support there. Some of these levels I had drawn in for a long time ago. And yeah, we're going to continue to push up at least towards, in my opinion, at least towards this $3,142. I think it's a 7x long on ETH with like $280 or something. It's like $50 up at the minute. But as I said, I'm quite exposed to anything that might happen in the macro environment. So that's one thing that I'm a bit cautious of right now. A lot of the charts are setting up quite nicely. I think Doge looks pretty nice. If we come back here, look, if we've had that breakout, we've had the bullish cross on the hourly, we are holding this sort of previous resistance as support right now. If I was going to enter a Doge long, maybe I wait for the moving averages to come up and support that, or maybe I wait for it to come down into there. And I have actually the last 2 days traded 8 coins volatility as well. Feel like it's quite an easy one to see when it's gonna rip, especially if you're using the RSI and the hourly and volume on the hourly line. We had this cross here, the volume started to pick up and it crossed bullish on the RSI. I actually took a position here and then closed it up here, just where I saw the bottom of this previous support level hold So this is where it obviously ranged here for a little while. Look, just in a little range there, and then when it popped out, it popped down. But this level here is going to be an awful line that I'm going to draw in. Oh yeah, okay, we'll get the horizontal line in, so I don't mess that up too much. Horizontal ray will do. So in there was the support level that it used before, which obviously often acts as resistance. So I just literally put that leverage long in here, closed it there, and just took that, whatever, it was a few percent profit. I think it made me, I had it on 7x, and it made me about $100, I think. 5%, 6%, 7 6 is 42, so it made me 42%, and I put $280 on it. Is that right? Yeah, I put $280 on it. It made me about $100 ish. So that was the logic on that trade, really. I think all the charts look kind of bullish. We're setting up for something that looks alright in my opinion. We're getting the volume spikes, as I said. So H bar, that looks like a nice trade, man. That looks nice. This level has been massive support in the past. Let's just get on the daily. I really traded within this range a while ago. I actually rode a trade back here all the way up to here. I know obviously it did rip up after that, but I rode that trade there for a little while, maybe a while ago, and this little range that it's in here has acted quite nicely as support. Look, boom, it just trades within that. So if we can get this daily candle close inside this range and above that 50-day, we can at least take a trade up towards 26 cents, because there's not a lot of resistance between there and there in my opinion, but obviously it's just my opinion. So what do you want to talk about, guys? If anyone's got any questions in the chat, let me know. Is the chat okay? Is the audio okay? We'll just look through a few things, and I won't stay live for that long because it's just more of a tester live than anything else. I might hop over to TikTok and go live on there at the same time, but I don't know how to look at my chat on YouTube. If I've got that open. So Phantom is looking alright as well. We obviously had that extra drop here for Phantom when it was looking to break above that 50-day when one of the developers left, and everyone got super bearish on it, but it looks like it's in a great accumulation range here. If we do have like some kind of pop alts here, it's got a lot of ground to catch up in a short space of time, in my opinion. It's looking like a pretty bullish project from that perspective. Like just from a charts perspective, like I actually don't know too much about it as a project. We might want to close this gap here, but we have come back into that back test region here, so we might be alright on this where we are right now for Phantom. We have set a lower low though, so it's important to just keep an eye on what we're doing. But it is an interesting looking chart, and the DXY is the interesting one. So what I'm looking for here is like a 3 descending peaks, like pattern to play as on the daily. So there's obviously peak 1, peak 2, which is lower, and then I would like some kind of top to come in here, and then we'd hopefully head back down to this level. Here, this fib's holding pretty well, which I don't know what fib it is. 0.618 is holding pretty well. But if we get that 3 peaks pattern, if we lose this like neckline here, we should have a breakdown target of. It depends if we do set this top though. Like obviously it's all speculation. They're just trading ideas. We should have a breakdown target on the DXY down to like 96.779, and in that time should give crypto a bit of chance to run. Normally when the DXY loses strength, we get a bit of a run in crypto itself. So how about some TA on Matic? I can have a look at that, but I don't have Matic on my watch list, I don't think. So, but yeah, I can have a look at that for you, brother. Straight away that looks quite nice if we get this daily close where we are today, obviously closing back above that 50-day. Something that I would like be looking at. Let's have a look on the wider time frames first. I think it's best to go for like the longer time frames. I've had a nice bounce on the weekly as well. This actually could be looking like a nice trade. Just from my initial reactions to it. On the monthly, we've got those long wicks at the bottom showing that this could be an area that it's finding support at. So there's a lot of people putting in orders down here, keeping that price up above that 160 level. The volume's low, which is something that you need to keep an eye on. We need that volume to start popping up. But what you have got is which is can signal bullish, like a hidden bullish reversal here, or divergences. That we've got the volume decreasing, and we've got the price action staying like quite high, like holding a price level. So when we get that push in volume, we can start to look for the next leg up here. Let's have a look on the hourly and 4 hourly. 4 hourly, we are getting that breakout. We have that resistance at 170, just from a previous swing high. So what percentage are we looking from there to there? It's only like a 5% move. You might be able to make a 5% swing in there, but then you've got the chance. You're taking the chance that that we are reversing here. So you may as well just hold that trade open if you're going to take that chance. It does look pretty bullish. We are coming up towards the overbought territory in the RSI, so that's again something to watch out for. I presume if we're up there on the 4, we'd be in there on the hourly as well. Yeah, we're on the way there. But there is a little bit of space that you could definitely make a swing in there. Like, as long as if this candle clears where it is now, yeah, you could make that swing up towards this price range here. I'll show you. That's the swing there. 6%. 6% could be an alright 6% to there. As far as a longer time frame goes than that, we are looking to get that bullish cross there on the 4 hourly. If it can hold above here, if we do continue to push, could be looking like a nice trade, to be honest. That should cross, presume. Let's just carry these bars out a little. Probably come up like that. Where's that? That's tomorrow evening at 8 PM. Obviously it's normally a bit of a lagging indicator, any kind of bullish cross that you get on the hourly, 4 hourly, etc. But if we can continue to hold this price action, that might be looking pretty bullish for Matic, because on most charts, when they get the bullish cross, like obviously you've got this anomaly here, this exception, but when you had that bullish cross there, look, you've probably taken quite a big price rally. If you just go from where it crosses bullish to where it crosses bearish, you can even just trade it like that. If you don't have a lot of experience, you can just trade like that, very easy. Just trade the indicators if that's something you wanted to do, or you could put your price targets in, looking at where previous levels of resistance have been. So you could trade that bullish cross there to this level of resistance. You could have taken profit in and around here. I always go a little bit lower than the level of resistance, just to make sure if anyone else is making that same sort of trade, that my trade gets closed, and theirs might not. Seems quiet on Solana. What do you think? I'll have a look at that in 1 second, buddy. Yeah, but Matic's looking positive. I feel like a lot of let's have a look what the MACD is saying as well, shall we? And then I'll look at Solana for you, bro. Just need some holy water. Come on then, let's zoom in for me. It looks like it can't really decide what it wants to do, the MACD. It's quite coiled up. Don't really have too much to give to that, because it's not. Okay, on the daily it is looking bullish. We look like we're increasing like our bullish momentum here, so that's positive. Let's have a look at it on the weekly. Okay, on the weekly we are not really indicating any bullish or bearish. Like obviously we've had the bearish cross here, we're coming down, we are losing that bearish strength, so it's just important to keep an eye on that for the weekly more than anything. But again, weekly, monthly, those sorts of things obviously heavily rely on what BTC does, bro. It's quite a new project. Well, not new, but like I remember obviously coming out last year. One of my friends was in it at the start of the year at at 1 cent, and he rode it up to like 60 cents. I was like, that's such a good trade. When did it even come out? 2019. Yeah, he was in at the start of 2020. Oh, we're in blooming 2022, aren't we? It's just long, isn't it? Yeah, he bought in at the start of 21, somewhere in around here, at like 1 cent, and then rode it up to 60 cents. What a trade that is! Yeah, it's a good shout from him, that was. But I didn't do that. Solana. Solana's what we're looking at next. again on the daily, the MACD is just crossed. It is picking some strength up here. Mate, everything looks like it's setting up for a push. I just worry about like the macro environment. That's the only thing that I worry about at the minute. Like the main, obviously only thing, it's the main thing I worry about. Everything looks like it is setting up to do something more bullish. Let's have a look on the 4 hourly. It's struggling with this area here. It's the $100. It's the $100 mark, isn't it? That's like a psychological level for people. People have probably been taking some profits there. But on the 4 hourly, look, we're about to get that bullish cross on the 50 and 200 day EMAs. And when did we last get something like that? Obviously, here's that anomaly. And the last time you actually got that cross on Solana was here. Wow. So if you even just traded, like I said, if you just trade the bullish cross to the bearish cross, if you've not got much experience, that's a 605% move. Whether that will happen again, like, I definitely don't know that, but let's see. R3 versus XRP, says Randy. Yeah, go and check out Zach's YouTube video. Oh, that's my live stream. Let me see if I can find you. Zach's YouTube video is really good at explain. He explains that article pretty well. It's this one here. Ripple under siege. Central bank deals with XRP explained. That's a good video from Zach. It explains it. But also remember that R3 do hold 1 billion XRP still. So yeah, anyway, back to Solana. That actually looks like a nice trade, bro. It's something that I might keep my eye on. Just see what happens over the next few hours or so. We've obviously got the US Open happening in like 10 minutes. I don't know if it's actually opened yet. Something that you want to keep your eye on is DXY. If we set a high, I don't want the DXY to set a higher daily close than 98.969 here. That's something that I keep an eye on. It is holding some strength, but as I was showing you, it could be a descending 3 peaks pattern here. So if we get a daily close like where we are now, we could hopefully see we've had the bearish cross on the MACD, but that is losing some strength. But we are massively high on this MACD. So let me get my RSI back on, because that's my favourite indicator to have down here. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I do. So it is what it is. Is looking to cross bullish, but it could bounce off that simple moving average there on the RSI. Let's have a look at the S&P. This is something you need to watch as well, because I know a lot of people say that crypto is not correlated to stocks and shares, but in my opinion there's definitely some correlation there. Definitely some correlation there. The S&P is looking to open pre-market a little bit higher than what it closed yesterday, which is obviously good, and normally if we get a bit of a push up in the S&P, crypto does follow. So crypto, I don't know, I'm excited by these charts. Like, every chart I look at, I'm like, that looks pretty positive to me right now. We just need some volume to come through. We need a catalyst. We obviously saw what's his name, Quan yesterday, the CEO of yeah, I'm smelling a major pump for something, bro, as well. Crypto Rover said he's smelling a major pump. Appreciate all my info. Oh, thanks, bro. Like, this is my first ever YouTube live, so if anyone's got any comments or suggestions, probably best to hit me with them on Twitter or this chat. Like, obviously I'll try and do my best. Yeah, I don't know, I just like making content, so I'll just talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. To be honest, last night I recorded like a voice notes, just a free thoughts about the metaverse and the future of money. And I didn't know whether to release it as like a mini-series on Spotify or something, because I don't know, it just depends what people are interested in, because I try and stay like quite factual when I report, and I report on news articles, I give my opinion on those sorts of things, just show you what the charts, what I see in the charts. But that was just me just speculating on stuff and talking, just from free thoughts. But it depends if people, what was I going to show you, yeah, stable, what's his name, Quan, that's just the guy. UST with 10 billion Bitcoin reserves will open new monetary era for. So basically he's saying he's going to buy $10 billion worth of Bitcoin. That could be huge. That really could be huge. Do you think we'll have a cash before the SEC case is settled? What do you mean a cash, bro? Do you mean a crash? And am I holding any meta tokens, says Andrew? I'm not holding any at the minute, bro. I did hold some. To be fair, I made a loss on some of the ones I was holding. Let me show you. I was holding Epic. I they are obviously pushing up a little bit more at the minute, but I just cashed them out because actually we'll get into that in a sec. But I cashed my Meta tokens out. I bought in like here, look, Meta on Epic and sold down here. So I think I lost like 60% on that. But I'm just using that bag to leverage trade now. And I will get back into some smaller altcoins like that as well. And I have block here. I also, if you remember my series from last year, did actually swing these from like down here to up here. So I have won and lost trades on Metaverse tokens. But what you've got to think is this. This is massive news. So see if Meta actually tweeted it. I've definitely read an article about them. Come on then, Meta, show me what you're made of. They haven't tweeted it. I'm gonna just see what Meta is saying. They filed for a lot of patents the other day, which is something that we need to have a look at here. And basically the reason this is important is because if they start coming out and saying, okay, like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Let me just see if I can find it. Hang on. So it's not actually here yet. Let's see if I can find it on Google. I don't know if this will hold you open if I go on Google. Yeah, here we go. This is what I was looking for. So they filed patents for social media networking and dating services, design development of computer hardware, entertainment electronic publishing, telecommunication service for electronic assets hold on its platform, financial transaction processing relating to tokens, blockchain assets, cryptocurrency and other virtual assets, advertising services via virtual or augmented reality networks, wearable peripherals for video games. So basically everything that you might need for the metaverse there. So we've got like different things to do with tokens. I reckon they'll integrate some kind of exchange, maybe some kind of their own token. They're the sort of things I'd be looking for from Meta. So what you've got to think is, a lot of the metaverse tokens at the minute run on hype. So whenever Meta come out and tweet something like this, if they make this like a hypey tweet about this, or follow through with this saying like, oh, we're looking to do this, this and this, metaverse tokens will run. That's what you've really got to think to yourself. Think of all the live events you'll be buying and watching in VR Meta. Yeah, the possibilities are endless, and they have a massive user base with like 1 billion monthly users, and a lot of the small cap Meta tokens just run on the hype of Meta itself. So that's what you got to think to yourself when you are trading those metaverse tokens. We're looking for positivity from Meta themselves to see, yeah, a push for metaverse tokens. Let's have a look what's going on Twitter. Oh, next stuff. $21,000 people can now pay their city bills in Bitcoin in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. That's pretty cool. Honduras chooses CBDC over Bitcoin, breaks everyone's hearts. Let's see what that's saying. Some issue of legal terms of banknotes and coins. Oh, I think this is just a bit of a hype people are in. Do you know what? I actually hate people that write articles like this. They just throw their opinion on something without doing any research into it. I'm not even going to read that article on stream. I don't want to give them the time of day. You know that articles aren't well published because it's just their opinion. They're not like backing it up with anything. They put like some hypey headline and then just talk about absolute crap. Does my head in. That's the problem with half this space, is like people try and sow their opinion as fact, and it's not fact, it's just your opinion. Sorry guys, I have a bit of a rant there. Right. What do you want me to look at next, guys? I'll probably stay live for another 5 or 10 minutes. It's been quite cool. I want to know if there's any like improvements that I can do with this live stream. Meta-Hero's got some good volume behind it. About to get that bullish cross in the hourly. We haven't had that for a while. Could be an alright swing. This nickel chart's a scandal, by the way. Look at it. Look at this. It's actually a madness. And apparently it's because there was a Chinese, like a massive Chinese billionaire who had a short, leveraged short on it, and he basically said to the Hong Kong Metals Exchange to open the price down here, otherwise it was going to liquidate him, and they did. That is crazy, isn't it? That's the world we live in, guys, that is. Absolute madness. Copper's looking nice. That could be looking at a breakout, to be honest with you. At some point. So if you held like a leverage long on copper, as long as your stop loss was like probably below 200, it's not really dropped below 200. If you hold a stop loss at like 422, or even down here really at 440, but you want to double up with the 200 just in case we do get a breakdown like that, boom, and then you accumulate. But like that is a nice uptrend, isn't it? Double topped, but we're holding that. Oil's flying again, came down, tested the 50, bounced again, but let's see whether that's a strong bounce or not. I'm not sure it is yet, but we are having that cross, that bullish cross on the RSI again. USD to ruble. USD is losing some strength against the ruble, which I thought would happen because Russia announced that to countries that they're not like friendly with, that they are only accepting rubles as payment for oil, so that gives the ruble some strength, or at least it gives people should be looking at the ruble. Luna's a decent project at the minute, everyone's hyping it up. And that's about it, guys, for my live, I think. That's about it for my live today. I hope everybody enjoyed this YouTube live, and we'll do it again soon. Just let me know what you thought of it, and thank you all for tuning in. I'll speak to you all soon.